Okay, holy crap, how this turned from a mini video to big insanely quickly. I wore my Flash shirt just for this video. You'll see in a second. Hopefully McFarlane does enough Flash stuff so that this can be like a running inside joke. And you can see it starting to get like small on me for how long I've had it. But a lot to show off, so I'll do this really quickly. Okay, so there's going to be a running story with this video with all that happened. So first and foremost, yesterday I ordered the Flash, the Dawn of the DC, I believe, this one, online, and it said arrives within a day. So I was like, that's too good. Why would I not pass up on it? It was $18 instead of the usual 20 to 25, and it comes within a day, and I wasn't able to find it previously. Only online for like 40 to 60 bucks or whatever it was, somewhere around there. I'd say at least 40. Really wild. So I ended up ordering it, got it just like they said within a day by a certain order time, whatever. Amazing figure. A lot of people are already talking about how the smile is very creepy and sinister looking. I don't mind it that much. In person it's so much better. I promise there's going to be better figures. If you don't want it, if you don't really like the smile of the face, just pass up on it. Me though, it was more than fine. It has articulation up the wazoo. I'm gonna be honest, I've watched reviewers. I don't have what they have yet, showing all the different points and whatever. It has the double jointed legs, I know that, the arms, everything. Amazing articulation. I can't go into fine detail yet. I promise I will try to learn all the different terms, phrases, all that stuff. But it is amazing figure. I can tell you that. Quality, everything. I love it. Apparently it was also, I was doing some research today, at least from what I didn't understand. I watched 5 points of articulation, and he said, or it might have been D Hunter or something. He was very, very negative about it, but I love the figure. You can tell. It is a reuse from the Rebirth Flash, I believe, but that's Barry Allen. This is Wally West, of course. Barry's had different logo and like the lightning coming off of it. I love how just clean this is. It's the vibrant red and yellow. This is the red that I love. I don't think they could have went a shade up or down and it have this much value to me. Like, I love how this looks. Again, the smile is a little weird to get used to, but in person I promise it's better. So I get that. Then I'm on my way to work. I had an easier work night tonight. I wasn't even supposed to have work, and I was like, you know what, I was gonna have it off. I was like, let me get it. Of course I get tomorrow off. The whole point was to work a little bit more to save more, but I was like, whatever. So I was like, I'll work tonight, I'll help out whatever I gotta do. So somebody was running late, so I was like, I'll just look in town while I'm there because it's kind of close to town, whatever. And we ended up we went to TJ Maxx, Target, and GameStop. I'm sorry if I said it a bunch of times. I'll try to edit it out. Now first we went to Target. I have had my eye on this for a minute. It's off screen sadly, but I got a little table with all this stuff. I found the anti-monitor from Infinite Crisis. I believe this is from, it says Crisis on Infinite Earths, but I think somebody said this was from Infinite Crisis way back in the day. You have the picture of it. I could still be wrong. But this thing was $40 for a long time. They had it, and I just didn't buy it because I was like, I know it'll go on sale. If it's just not being bought out, they'll eventually put it on sale. I was right. It went on sale from $40 to $28, and I also had $8 saved up in Target savings. I got this thing for $20. A mega figure for the same price is a usual one. And usually, like, if it's a really good figure, it'll be the Build-A-Figure where it's 25 or something. I got this for less than a Build-A-Figure figure, a genuine normal one. Very happy about that. I'll get it out of the box and show you guys in a second. I just want to go over this story first. So we had the Flash, then we found the anti-monitor, got that one for $20. The Flash was $18. I don't know what shipping cost, but you get a penalty or a fee if you order on Walmart, where if it's under 35 bucks, you have to pay like $5 to $6, which is why. That'll just, it's probably incentivizing people to buy from their local one and not just online. I have no idea. Put you guys' ideas on that below. But really stupid. But they got me and it incentivized me to buy another figure. So I got the Talon. That hasn't come in yet. I assume they had this in stock. So they probably just took it from my Walmart to ship to me. I have no idea. So then I went to, if we're going in order, I went to TJ Maxx and I saw this the other day. Deathstorm with the Atrocitus Build-A-Figure piece, of course. Sorry, Build-A-Collect. They call it DC Multiverse. If you can see that at the top, for $10. That's absolutely insane. $10. And it said compare at 15. It goes 20, 25 in most stores. I think even online it goes for that. So awesome. Then I was going to go to GameStop and I did a little back and forth. I was like, nah, I don't need to. And then I went back and thank God they got this in today. I was tempted to buy this online. I was like kind of going back and forth whether I wanted it or not. I brought up from the basement where my collection stuff is. This is the Hal Jordan I had. I don't even know who makes this. I think Mattel maybe. Hold on. It just says DC Comics made in China, SO5. So I have no idea who makes this, but I got this from somebody's garage sale for like 25 cents, which is a steal. I got this Aquaman and a Catwoman. I think the Catwoman was from Long Halloween or one of those, a Year Zero, something like that. This, I have no idea, just maybe from a Justice League or some iteration. And the Aquaman looks wild, like a stoic Aquaman, like really. I'll show that in a second. And also, while we're on the topic of lanterns, McFarlane, please make lanterns. This is what I have for Starfire. Sorry, I meant for Star Sapphire. This is what I have, okay? Compare this to this one. It's absolutely tiny. And then compare it, that might be a 6 or 7 inch, to the McFarlane. There's no way. Please make a Star Sapphire. Getting back on track. I had found this even the other day, and I waited to buy it because I was like, it didn't already seem like it was high up in demand. And at $10, people could easily swipe them and sell them for $20, $25, but they weren't already in demand, so it probably would have taken a while to sell it even at that. So I was waiting, and then I got my paycheck, and I got it. And then this Green Lantern one, luckily I went in, they had 2 of the new Aquamans for the Plastic Man Build-A-Figure wave. I didn't buy them because it's not that I don't like them, I just didn't have enough money. I'm trying to like save and do good. So this was like I already didn't have the money I was going out of my way to get. I have the money, but I'm just not trying to take out a savings, if you get what I mean. This thing is amazing. I haven't done the digital stuff yet, but the figure, the accessories, everything, I love this. 5 Points of Articulation did an amazing job talking about it, so I won't go into fine detail. I'm gonna get all the figures out, tell you guys what I think, and we'll get on with our days. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to mention really quick. So I kind of teased it in a little snippet there talking about it, but we went to Walmart after work. We went to all the rest before, and they had these. So I could have easily just got it from my Walmart, not had to buy the extra figure, but it was kind of cool how it worked out because I was just reading The Court of Owls. I'm about to read The City of Owls, which is the volume 2, and I did really, really want Talon. So I'm going to end up getting Talon 2 along with this, but it's funny that the one day I finally ordered this, it ends up being at Walmart the very next day, so... Go figure. Also, I forgot to mention, but here's what the Flash came in, and I love that they have like the outline when they have them in a pose. So he's hitting one of these, but at the end I'll try to show you guys all the different poses you can do with Flash, because he's one of those that like is made so well, and they have the effects to put behind him to make it more realistic. Let me show you the rest of this stuff real quick. Okay, so right out of the packaging, we got Deathstorm. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know why this wave failed or why it wasn't as popular. I think they picked pretty good characters. In the future, maybe do some better ones. But again, what better ones? Maybe some Black Lantern lanterns. I haven't read Darkest Night yet. I really do plan on it, so I apologize if there wasn't that many or any. I know they teamed up to go against like the Blackest Night characters, but I don't know if any of them got taken. I'm sorry. But more JLA members, I know some of them did. But Firestorm, not the most popular character ever, but the way they did him is like, I see why they did. They made him look like a dark Ghost Rider. Look, he looks sick. The Superman was fine. I think it was, you know, it's one of those where it's like, it wasn't bad. It could have been better, or maybe just go with a different character. But when it comes to that, that's one of the only ones I need left. And I'll show you in a second here. My Atrocitus, as I drop his little like weird neck thing, is so close to done. I need literally the Superman I was just talking about, and that's it. So here's what we got so far. There's his top piece on there too. Now just the head. Okay. So there's Atrocitus with his head and body. I still need the legs from Superman, but super close to done. I've been waiting for this. It doesn't seem like I was super excited for how long it's taken, but honestly, I think I was kind of like other people where it wasn't the coolest set ever, so I didn't like rush to do it. But I'll also put... Here's Deathstorm with his lantern. I try to make it as flush as possible. Like, just sick. I love it. But hopefully in the future we get more Blackest Night figures, or maybe they're just going to wait to do it now. I have been seeing that I think McFarlane plans on doing some cool platinums maybe, or different references using the platinums. Like, we're getting a Captain Boomerang White Lantern, which is like, I haven't read the story, so it's just out of nowhere and kind of actually really cool. All right, let me get to the other ones. I will say this Deathstorm, the articulation on it, double jointed knees, the double jointed arms. No, is it single? No, the arms are single jointed, my bad. But like figure wise, it's amazing. I think the quality of this one, just the feel, seems better, so that goes to show. But this was made before that, and like they're getting better as time goes on, which is really cool. So we'll get this out of the way. Let's look at the rest real quick. If I seem a little antsy, it is hot in here. Like, it seems like the air conditioning's not on, and I'm just ready to eat too. These figures are amazing, but you can tell the hype behind the Flash figure, and I hope it's the same for the Green Lantern, because I have been waiting for this one. It might just be being tired from work too, but we'll see. And now we got the anti-monitor. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, this thing makes me very nervous because mega figs for McFarlane, as much as I love McFarlane, are, can you bend the knees? I was about to say I'm gonna end up pinching the crap out of my finger. Yeah, the knees are just fine. They just needed a little bit of work because they're stuck in the same position for so long. These make me very nervous because of how the articulation usually comes, but this looks just like a normal figure. Like it's got the double knees, I think even double arms too. Yeah, double jointed. The only thing I would be weary of is maybe the hoses. And I was watching a video and they say if you try to bring it straight up, like the arms are a little flimsy, so be easy on it. Besides that, you can get like up and out to the side and it's just fine. Besides that, everything seems normal where it's going to be just fine. You won't have to worry about it. Like the Bane I bought, the now $200 or $300 depending on the condition you get it in the box, everything like that. That Bane, I understood when I bought it at $200 because I could not find it when it first came out, and my dumb ass forgot to buy it, so a year or more went by, so the price just drove up. But this seems just fine. The Bane one I bought under pretense of like this is basically going to be display. I love how it looks so much; it's worth it for me. This I got for $20 and it functions just fine. Like this is perfect. The only problem I see a lot of people run into is the mega figs are big. Like here's scale with flash, it's like 2 or 3 inches taller, so it does have that size on them, but this thing is massive. If I'll leave him right here so you guys can stare at him, but if you want the reference, here's the back of the box. Like check that out. There's all the superheroes that look like ants or like mini in comparison to it. Um, if I was to give any advice, if McFarlane ever follows the route that Marvel does, and I know McFarlane had some problems with Marvel in the past, so maybe they don't want to, or maybe they do, go down the route where you have people pledge or whatever you call it, where people kind of like crowdfund a big figure or whatever, and as it gets more and more like pledges, you include more stuff with it. So maybe this one, I saw a lot of people wish they had different hands. That's usually a gripe people have if the figures don't have extra hands and stuff, because it's better for playability, displaying, whatever. Like if you have a fist or something, it makes them look more menacing. But do something where you can crowdfund and get more stuff for the figure, the more people that want it, like they did with the, I think, HasLab Galactus. I think it was also HasLab Sentinel. I never got them for myself, and I don't know that much about them, but where you're able to make them in scale, where this can go to like here, and it can be massive. Obviously, it's going to be expensive, 200-300 or maybe more, but depending on how bad people want it, they're willing to pay for it. This might even be one of those things where it's so big, but people like the story enough that they're willing to pay for it. I honestly don't know that many other huge DC like characters. I'm like entry level or slightly past, but there's so many comic books and stories I haven't read yet where I'm kind of like slightly above mainstream, if you know what I mean. Like I've kept up to date with all the mainstream stuff and I know some of the obscure stuff, but not enough. So when I make these videos, if you guys see me talking about stuff, feel free to fill me in. Or if you want to, be like, hey, Core, this is from this. If you want to learn more, here's the story. I would love to. I like giving you guys the information. I watched 5 Points of Articulation. The amount of info he had and he could give to educate people like on these figures, what's good about them, what's bad, where the references are from, awesome. It was so awesome to like watch the videos and get that feel from him. That's what I want to have. Maybe not the exact same thing or where I come from, where it's like, oh, this is a figure from a story I really know. Here's some background. That's what I'm going for. So this, as little as I know about it, I love it. I think McFarlane does an awesome job of that, where it's like, besides its name and kind of like what it's going for, where it's like a robot going against them, probably made by, I think the Monitor had something to do with it, but that's like the extent of my knowledge. I'm getting into it now, like learning some of that stuff, because I'm watching Crisis on Infinite Earths. I watched part 1, but I think this is obviously, like I said, from Infinite Crisis. I will read into it and I will learn about it because these things are awesome. Also, one of the cool things I learned from one of the 5 Points of Articulation videos is this that looks like its teeth are its lips, and the inside is like the endless energy, or like that, like what do you call it, like that space in between. So the gray is actually its lips, but I'm always going to see it as the teeth because it looks cool that way. But McFarlane hit it out of the park with this. These two so far my favorite. Deathstorm, not bad at all, and happy to have the Atrocitus piece, but these blow it out of the water. So I'll get this out of the way. I will say the posability, I think the only thing that limits it is the hoses, but just like this, if not maybe posing it like this. Hold on. You got to be kind of careful. Kind of got to do a like a round or whatever. this would look sick. Like this, or hold on. You see what I mean? You got to be a little careful. I don't want to break them off. Or like this. And it looks fine. It looks awesome. The attention to detail is out of this world. All right, so let's go ahead. It has, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm like new to this stuff. I'm getting used to it. It has the toe joints. It has a bunch at the foot that's just fine for standing it up. Always come. I'm sorry. It ran out of storage. My bad. But anyways, as I was saying, let me pull this out. The head can swivel too. I don't know if you would want to. It doesn't do it amazingly well, but you can get like some range for it. But I would just leave it straight because that's what the yellow things are based on, kind of going around the mouth. But all in all, if I had to rate it, I'd say Death Storm's like a good 6 or 7. These are like 9 or 10s. The only thing I think a lot of people decided on is maybe changing the face of this. You could probably do a head swap in the future, but as is, I love how it looks. I love how this looks. McFarlane kills it for me. I don't buy every figure, so there's clearly ones I kind of dislike or don't like that much. But from the ones I get, they kill it every time. Like the characters. I usually shift toward characters. So if I don't care that much about some of the Robins, I won't buy them no matter how good the figures are. So that's something to know for future. But let's get to the Green Lantern because that might be the pride and joy of this. Besides maybe these two. Because like, obviously, dude. Oh boy. Oh boy. Hold on, I'll let you hear this. That popped out pretty easily. Okay. Here he is in all of his glory, the Hal Jordan. Now, I'll show you guys side by side. I already showed you at the start of this video. I have no idea what will stay in and what won't, but like, look how good this looks. I believe this is based on no, I don't think first appearance. I know I was watching a video that they said the Jon Stewart coming up is first appearance because you can tell by the logo. I don't know if this might be, but look at the difference. Like, I kind of like how this looks more stoic, maybe manlier, but Hell is more of a goofier character. He has that little smirk like, oh, I'm a little cocky bastard, and he's got the ring. I love everything about this. Now, I think somebody said, one of the things to point out, it looks almost like a unitard or whatever they call it. It would have been nice maybe have it a little bit more over the shoulders, but as is, this is fine. I like how they usually do like the trunks part because it's a little bit more rubbery or whatever, so you can move the legs better. It just puts the rubber up a little bit on the thigh part, but it looks so good. Now, coming with it, you have 2 other hands. There's both the closed hands, the ring hand and the other closed one. There's like a high five looking one. And then there is a one to hold stuff. So I'm probably gonna, I don't know if I'll use this one, but I'll probably use the holding one for the lantern. So I'll do that really quick and show you guys. I don't usually switch the hands. I don't know why. When I go through my display and really get to displaying them how I want, I'll probably end up using different hands and stuff. But for right now, the figures are good as is. Hold on. And that's what it looks like. Really nice. If I were you guys, be careful on the fingers. It was a little hard to get the lantern in, but that's fine. It probably just means that it's going to hold it really well and it's not really going anywhere. But I like the lantern. They keep it pretty simple and usually translucent. I'm just fine with that. And even like this, you display it like this, looks just fine. What I've been liking to do is I'll look up a reference photo from like a comic and try to get them in that pose as long as it stands well and just display them like that. But most of the lanterns look fine just like this, just showing off the ring and maybe their lantern, and I like that a lot. Not much to say about this figure with McFarlane compared to other figures I've had like Marvel Legends. The feet are usually done really well. They have the toe joints, they have the ankle, little bit of everything. Double jointed knees, you have the double jointed elbows, you got the butterfly joints, I believe they call them, at the shoulders. Everything about these looks really good. The ab crunch, I was watching the video, goes forward decently, not the best, but you can get a lot of motion out of the back, like if they're flying, you know what I mean? Just not as much forward, but it just comes from the ab area, like it goes right into that plastic and it doesn't let it budge that well. But honestly, like I can't really think of a time where I have my figures like all hunchback looking down. I don't know what other poses come from that, like going forward a lot. Leave it down in the comments, maybe you're running or something like that, but this figure is amazing. I'm glad I didn't pass up on it. I'm glad I prioritized getting this, and all of this came just completely out of nowhere. So happy to have it happen. Also, I want to give a quick, huge shout out. Also, before I even get into that, let me not forget this. Odie's playing with a bag. He was playing with the box at the beginning. 2 things really quickly. Okay. If you guys order off of Walmart, this is the box it came in. There was nothing it came in, but for whatever reason, it is sized really well to the figures. Like, they fit snug in there, and it was just fine. So if you guys are worried about that, don't be. I'm not speaking for all cases. It might still get messed up, but mine came just fine. Another thing I wanted to shout out. Acadia bought me this, so thank you, Acadia. I can't remember if I said it in the beginning, but $10, and Acadia's like, let me get that for you, so thank you. I love how it looks. It's gonna be like one of my proud displaying in my collection. I just, articulation, I can't really tell. It seems like it's just kind of like all right, but the way it looks, that's what McFarlane will always kill it on. It looks amazing, dude. Besides that, I'm kind of this is one of those videos where I'm out of my expertise a little bit. I'm getting used to it, like what people are looking for me to talk about, what people want to see. This has been awesome. This was a random thing where I went into town today, and it was a thing after thing. Sale on Anti-Monitor. They had the Green Lantern. The sale on Death Storm. It was funny, I found the Flash finally after I ordered it online, but even that was on sale. It was $18, and Talon coming soon, and these nice little fist things for Green Lantern. This is what it comes with, so he can look like he's punching. Big old power punches with his Green Lantern. I'm very happy. Very happy camper core. I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably Pokemon video very, very soon.